HTML page is shown here. What a username, user ID, username, password, and next email, and the next what? Mobile, and then register button. And if already account is there, login button also I am providing here. If already account is there, don't log in again, directly click login. Then here username, password, email, mobile, whatever the values, all we are giving, and click on what? Register button. When you click on register button, now control is coming to where? Servlet. This is our servlet. Inside servlet, first you are reading the request type. Request type is decided by whom now? Button. Now based on the button, first case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4, case 5, case 6. What is this is? This is a servlet code, core Java code. Background servlet compulsory should use core Java. Servlet is only for taking the request. Servlet is only for taking request. Once a request is taken, next we are writing the logic is pure core Java. Without core Java, you cannot use. Then case 1 is what? Register. Register means now we have here DAO. DAO. This is servlet and then DAO. Servlet, what it is doing? Servlet, all these 4 values has to pass to the DAO. To pass to DAO, can I pass multiple values as individual? No. We create what? Bean object. In bean object, all 4-5 values we store and pass as an argument. Then DAO execute insert query. Execute insert query. Insert query inserting the record here. Okay. Insert query. Insert query. 1 second, sir. Some students send message. Nice. I didn't share the screen. Okay. Now can you see online students? Okay. Read again. This is our user and this is project. In project we have database. Inside database table is there. Now we have open browser. Inside project we have first page is what? Login.jsp. Open browser. We send request to login.jsp. Login.jsp loaded and executed, displaying username and then displaying password and button. Also I provided create account. First I don't have account, then I want to create. Then now request is went to the server. Click on the button, request went to the server. In the server, registration.html file. Registration.html file. Now it is downloading. Then registration.html file is showing the records. What is that? User ID, username, password, email, mobile, and then register button and login button. If you have already account, click on login. Otherwise, you can register. I entered all these values and click on what? Register button. When I click on register button, request coming to the server. In servlet, we have servlet. Servlet is responsible for collect the values based on the request. How many requests we are sending? Number one, login request. Number two, registration request. Which request is coming to servlet? We don't know. Then what should we do now? Here, I have to use switch. First, you read the button. Button representing what? Request type. Button equal to. And then here I am using switch off. Button open bracket. Case register. Case login. Case select. Case select all. Case update. Case save. Case delete. These many cases are there. These many cases were there. So tell me, the logic I am writing here to process the request, this is servlet logic or core Java logic? Now servlet logic is nothing but receive the request and read the parameters from the request is only the servlet logic. Remaining everything is what? Core Java. Then now when the request is registered, then if the request is register request, then what should I do now? I have to insert the record. For inserting record, here I need what? DAO. So now in DAO, we have one method for create, we have one method for login, we have one method for get, and we have one method for get all users, and we have one method for update, I have one method for save, I have one method for delete. As many operations you want to perform on database, those many methods you have to define in the DAO. Then next, here methods I define, but how these methods will receive the data as a bridge between servlet and DAO, we are using what? User account object with the fields. User account object with the fields. Next, now when all these methods required, a connection to the database and prepared statements to the database. How are you providing connection and prepared statements to all these objects? For that, from the servlet, when session object is created as an attribute in the session, we are creating connection object. Sorry, we are creating this user DAO object. We are creating user DAO object in the session. User DAO object. And then in the user DAO object, we have connections and we have what? Prepared statement objects. Connection and prepared statement objects. This is DAO object. To call all these methods, one DAO object per session we created. Remember, to create the session object, whenever session object is created to add this DAO, we have written that logic inside where? Listener. Okay, in the listener help I have taken. With the listener session object whenever created, we are creating DAO and storing here. Then when first request is sent, first step what happened? Session object is created. The moment session object is created, listener object is created. Listener object calling what? Session create. Session create method logic internally create DAO object. DAO object after creating we are calling open connection and we are calling open create prepared statement objects. And DAO reference we are storing in the session object as a attribute. Then now further we are going to check the request type button. Then if it is a button register, then which method I am calling? DAO.create method. Okay, DAO.create method we are calling. Create method, how the create method can receive the data? Inside this register method, we are retrieving all these text field values from the request parameter and storing inside this account object, passing the account object to create method as an argument. Now the parameter pointing to the account object and reading the values and setting the values to the prepared statement, insert prepared statement. It's setting to the insert prepared statement. Then insert prepared statement after setting, now we are executing insert prepared statement. Then prepared statement will create the results, create the account, user details are stored here. Complete project I am explaining at once, okay? And then one by one I will show you the code what I have written, how I have written. Then now tell me, after account created create method doesn't throw any exception, returns a true. If no exception thrown, return true. If exception thrown, return false. Then here in the create method, if no exception rise, I am forwarding request to success.jsp. If false is coming, I am forwarding request to error.jsp. Are you following? Here and the servlet, I have two conditions, if and else. If no, if true, if created true, then I am forwarding request to success.jsp. And if it is written false, false means what? Server side some exception occurred, record is not created. Then I am sending the response to what? Error.jsp. Okay, how can we talk one servlet to the another one web resource to another web resource? By using request dispatcher. Okay, then next. Now here we got a report page. What the report page? Success. Assume that record is created, success. Then report page is coming. In the success page, if you want access after record created, again you have to log in. Now I am asking login again. Then when you click on login, login.jsp is executed. Login.jsp executed. Then login.jsp is creating username, password, and login button. Now you are entering your username and password. Click here. When you enter username and password, everyone listen, very important. Now the request is sending to whom now? Login. Okay, again request is going to a servlet, switch case. What is the button type? Login. Then switch login. Then come to the case login. Now when you come to the login, the username and passwords are passing to what? DAO. DAO login validator. Login validator background running what? Select star from user, where given user ID equal to given password. If the user ID password is not matched, if user ID password is not matched, then tell me what is coming back? False. If no record selected, I am returning false. If I return false, then the same JSP page I want to return. The same login JSP I want return. Try to understand. If login failed, I want return same JSP page with the username. Whatever username you have entered, with that username I want to display. Understand? If this is a failed case, invalid with the error message, invalid username or password. Next, if given username password is correct, then I wanted to display home.jsp. Okay, na? If the given username password wrong, I want to display same login.jsp with username in the text box. You remember I explained this project in our JSP. If I send HTML login page to the JSP, then it is taking username and password. If username password is correct, I want to say welcome to Naresh. If username password is wrong, I want to display same JSP page, means the same form with the previously entered username should be displayed. For that we have written expression tag. Remember expression tag, value equal to expression tag request.get parameter of username. If you send the first request, username will not be there. First time when you access login.jsp, empty text boxes I have to prepare. Then the scriptlet, we take a request of username. If username is null, equal to double quotes we written. Remember? If you have practiced, you can remember. If forgot also, no problem, I'll show you. Then if the username is valid, then I want to display here home.jsp. What the home.jsp? User actions. What are the user can perform actions? Get, update, delete. User account, get the user account, update user account, delete user account, get all users, get other users, get all users also I want. So these are the 4 hyperlinks I am providing. If you click on this, then now current login user details I want. Only current login user. Next, if you click on get all users, then entire user table I want to display. If I use update, then this current user data pull from the database and display, allow him to modify. Then if you click on update, click on delete, account should be deleted from the database. So this is the functionality I want. And next, you click on any hyperlink. Next response page must also come with what? Home page. Next response page also should come with home page. That means this home.jsp, every time from the Java, from the servlet in every response, I must include this home.jsp. Home.jsp must include in account display.jsp. Home.jsp must include in error.jsp. Home.jsp should include in success.jsp. Success.jsp no. Home.jsp should include in update.jsp. In all other JSPs, this JSP should be included as a header. Then if you want to include one JSP in another JSP, will you use a request dispatcher? No, we must use JSP colon include action tag I have to use. JSP colon include action tag you have to use. Remember request dispatcher dot include, that is Java code. So for this Java code, we have a tag JSP colon include page equal to. JSP colon include page equal to we have to write. I'll show you that. So this is the entire project I have developed. Project look like same, but if you start writing the code, then real hell you will see. Where if condition, where else condition, where be scriptlet tag, where expression tag, where table, where tr, where expression tag. So lot of time it consumes. Okay, but once one project fully if you develop, your brain is fully understand the flow, everything, and then now second module, faculty module, course module, student module, development fingers will move fast because already your brain has a full flow now. First time when you're listening student class development, you felt very difficult. Next employee class, little easy. Bank account class, full easy. Next, when you develop complete project using all WOOP concepts, super class, subclasses, user class with LCRP architecture, runtime polymorphism, main method class with object creation, message passing, to understand that entire flow, first project, little difficult. Second project, okay. Third project, okay, more okay. Fourth project onwards, okay, understood. Then in user class, when I use switch block, a little confusion. Okay, what is happening? Then 2 to 3 times when you run, then it become easy. So advanced Java project also same as core Java switch cases. In place of student class, no, we are getting what? DA1 user account. That's it. DA1 Pojo 2 classes coming, and in the servlet class, we are writing same switch block. But the reading data from the keyboard is changing with request object and HTML pages. And then linking one page to another page is here difficult. There choose option number 1, choose option number 2. Remember that option number 1 is one button. Option number 2 is another button. Option 3 is another button. When you click on it, what happens? Now after process request is generated, again loop iterated. Loop iterated and written what? Same options. Then now in servlet and JSP, the loop iterated is nothing but include. You want same response every time, same page, same front end home page you want every time. Then in place of loop while true, what you are writing now? Include. So this is what I developed the project. Let us see now, quickly understand the flow. Ready? And tell me which Java JSP you are running? Login.jsp. Okay, login.jsp are going to run. Server already stopped. Login.jsp is the first page. Right click, run on server. This is a login page. I don't have account. I want to create account. Click on. Can I choose any user ID as like? No. Okay, I have to give user ID primary key na. I didn't remember what is the user key, how many completed. So yesterday, many test cases I have run. Every time when not happening, again and again I run. So let me check. SQL plus. First I'm running the code and I'll show you how I develop this HTML page, everything. Okay. What? HK NIT 4 p.m. slash array. Set page size 200. Set sorry. Next line size na. Line size 200. Select star from user underscore account semicolon. Yes, CR correct na? CL SCR na? I want it is order by. Okay. 1249 is the last user. 1250. User ID U50. U1, U19, U20. Next password U20. Email U20 @gmail.com. Mobile 90920. Either number. Now click on register. Account is created successfully. Login. Understand? This page is my response page. Account is created successfully. Username, password. Tell me here, are you seeing anything changed? No. Only user account. What the user ID? U50. Password U50. Click on login. Invalid username, password. U20. Okay. Hey, Superman, wonderful. Sabash. Now look at there. When I give wrong, I'm getting what? Invalid username or password correctly, na? Okay. Now U20. What is last try? U20 only, na? U20. Login. And now user actions. Get user details. Get all users. Update. Delete. These are hyperlinks or buttons, sir? These are buttons, not hyperlinks. If I use hyperlink, the problem is no, look and feel is not good, number one. Number two, if you want to add something to that, no, it's become very complex for me. That's why I have to use query string lot. That's why I changed hyperlink. First I changed hyperlinks, later I changed to buttons. Get user detail. When I click and get user detail, select query should execute with where user ID equal to user ID, na? Now when I click on it, when I log in the login action, if the user is correct, I have stored user ID in the session. In all these actions, if user ID I required, I retrieving from the session. Understand? Session management also implemented. Click on get user details. U20 details. I'm getting the details. Get all users. Okay. All users tables are coming. I tried to apply colors to these columns separately, but I couldn't find the way, and I thought of, it's going time wasting. That's why I just ignored. Okay, later I will try. So this table preparation in a different way. Do you know how to apply color to the header? Okay. Then click on update. Click on update. Now tell me, update user U20 details, user ID. Is it changeable? No. If I click, it is asking get out, not allowed. Username changeable? No, it's not edible. Password changeable? Yes. Email? Yes. Mobile number? Yes. And then password, I want to change you some 21. Okay. Email also I want to change u21@gmail.com. And then mobile, I want to change to 21. All three values are, some of the values you can change. Then click on save. Exception coming. Up to here I completed. Understand? Today afternoon I completed this part. Afternoon. So last 1 week, my rest time, sleeping time gone, after 9 o'clock. Last 2 days I didn't take classes. Actually 9 o'clock I planned the class. Night also I have to complete this project anyways. That's why night classes also cancel for the 9 o'clock morning 9 a.m. batch. 2 reasons. Health is not good. I'm unable to speak after that because of lot of cold outside. I got some problem, and then this also pending is there. That's why I have just postponed classes. Now will you help me why you got this exception? Here onwards will you try to solve? When I click on save button, I'm getting what? Exception. Where this exception is available? Now number format exception cannot parse null string. Okay, java.base, java.lang. Parse long. Okay. If you want to solve the exception, I should use predefined classes or user defined class. User defined class. In a user account servlet process request, user account servlet.java, line number 135. So you have to go to project, line number, open user servlet code. User servlet code. Open this, line number 135. Oh, if it is a disabled, values are not coming. Null coming. Text boxes are disabled. If text boxes are disabled, data will not come in request object. Let's print and see. System.out.println, double quotes, user ID plus request. 1 second. Yeah, name is user ID only, not changed. User ID request dot get parameter of double quotes user ID, username, password, email, mobile. Go back, go back. You have to start from login because user ID is missing now. U21 login invalid username password. It's not updated. User 21 login update U1 to 150 120. Okay, just I am changing U21. Save. I got cannot parse null. Yeah. If the text boxes are disabled, the data inside text boxes are not going. Browser not reading the disabled data. Understood? What should I do now? Now you want to save now. For saving anyways, user ID and password required or not required? Not required. Delete. So we learn one new point here. Okay. And now anyways, we don't want to update user ID, user ID and username. So I removed it. Then request.get parameter, next parameter, then updated. Now with this modified code, let's see. Go back. Account object session created. Did you get any exception here? No. That means background success.jsp. When updated successfully, it is updated successfully. Go and check in the database. Clear screen. U20. Wait. U21. What? Java auto commit mode is true. Save button F3. Inside save. One second. Here I need update query required what? What is the update query? Select update table name. Set password equal to password. Next email equal to email. Next mobile equal to mobile. Where user ID equal to user ID na? Yes or no? Username is compulsory. So in servlet we should edit account dot set user ID. I have to set from where I have to take long of typecast to long. Already we have in session na. I thought of from the request data coming because of the text box is disabled, data is not coming. So what I'm doing? Long of session dot get attribute of double quotes user ID. Okay, I taken user ID from the session and set to the user ID method in the user account. Then go to go to save method. Inside save method, user ID is coming. Account dot user ID. Previously, what the account dot user ID coming? 0. With 0, there is no account. That's why update is not there. No record is updated. Okay. Actually, here what I should write? Int updated count. If updated count equal to okay 0, then returns what? False. Else returns true. At least one record should be updated. If not updated, return false. Then control is going to servlet. Inside servlet, updated value, what is coming? If not updated, false. From here, else block. Else block error.jsp. Account error in error.jsp. Account update. Account is not updated. Error.jsp. In error.jsp, what return? Include home page. Get attribute of error. If it is return true, return true. Updated is coming what? True. Previously also true coming. We didn't return false. No exception. Updated. Success equal to account is updated successfully. Get request dispatcher success.jsp. Control is going to success.jsp. Success.jsp. Here message is reading by giving success. What is the servlet storing message? SUCCS only. Update.jsp. Success.jsp. Get attribute of success. Typecast to string message. If message dot tool lowercase, what is the message is available? What we placed? Updated. Then success.jsp is updated? No. If else, updated? No. Else if, oh, I have written for deleted. I didn't write for update. Okay. Okay, 1 minute. I written message wrong here. Okay, updated. I have written saved. It's wrong. In the servlet, in the attribute success message, what I have placed? Account is updated. Then what I have written the success page? Saved. Okay, that's why message is not matched, not executed. Save it. And now correctly executed. Let's go. Go back. Go back. Go back. U20. Click on login. Click on update. U21. Click on save. Account is updated successfully. Now go to, okay, now click on get user account. You no need to go to the SQL plus now. Here click on U21 coming na, password change. Get all users. Hey, sometimes you show your talent or not only your user, all other users also may be updated. Check. Only your user is updated. Other users are not updated. Super. Okay na? Now update is complete. Now delete. If you click on delete, tell me. Again, I'm reminding you, the project architecture is very, very simple. I'm able to develop this project everything because I remember project architecture. What is that? UI to servlet. Okay, this is UI. This is a browser. in the browser. First one is what? UI. UI into form. This form may be button or hyperlink, whatever. From there, it is going to server. This is server. In the server, it is going to servlet. This is the process. Servlet is a controller. Controller looking at what type of request is coming. How can you decide what type of request based on button? Okay. The button type you decided it is. What button is this? Delete. Then go to delete case. Then from there it is going to DAO. DAO is calling what method? Delete method. Delete method internally calling which query? Delete query. Delete query going to the database. On the database, now account is deleted. Then coming back to the servlet. Now servlet, remember, servlet, that account may be deleted, may not be deleted. If deleted, then forward the request to success.jsp. Okay, failed, forward the request to error.jsp. Now from here, it is coming either success page or what? Error page. Inte. This is what? Web application. This is what from the demo class till the end of the course I am keep on telling the same. Your entire life is same. Nothing more. ఈ డయాగ్రామ్ గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటే ఇంకా ఏ వెబ్ అప్లికేషన్ డెవలప్ చేయొచ్చు. Now, how many requests are coming to the servlet? How many different requests are coming to servlet? Insert request, and next select request, and then update request, and then delete request. There are so many requests are there. For all these requests, you wanted to divert the response to the same success JSP, same error JSP. You want to divert the request to same success JSP and error JSP. Then inside success JSP, I have to write condition. The response, the request processing response is coming for which request to process. If request is created, one logic. Else if request is save, one logic. Request is delete, one logic. So if else conditions you have to write. Okay, error page. Now error page is what? Just printing the error message. So when you are coming from servlet to the JSP, first step in the request object, you must store what? Success attribute, and then what? Error attribute. Success attribute and error attribute. Then success reading the success attribute from here, error JSP reading error attribute from here and printing the accordingly. So this is the entire story about this project, one flow. If you are able to understand and develop, everything is easy. Will you help me to develop delete flow? I didn't develop delete. Empty page is coming. I didn't develop delete. Tell me why empty page is coming. Now, first, when I click on delete, request is generated. Going to చెప్తూ ఉండాలి ఏదో ఒకటి. Okay, going to servlet. I gave the flow servlet. Control is coming to the servlet. Let me stop the server, otherwise keep on updating. Then now request is coming to whom now? Servlet. Where is the servlet? User account servlet.java. Then it is going to where now? Service method. Which request we have used here? No. Method is what method I have used? Post. How to find how the control is going from my browser to next page? Simple. Now JSP page coming na, right click, view page source, and then search for form. In form, which button you click? Delete. Delete button is matched to which servlet? User account servlet. User account servlet is sending which request? Post request. Understand my point? Then close this. Then now delete button. Now it is going to servlet. Now go to the Eclipse project. Search for user servlet. Found user account servlet. Let me close everything. How to debug the project also I will tell you. Close all. This is your project. Once you join in the company, project will be given to you. You must import the project into Eclipse. Hello. In company project you develop from zero. No, already there. Already there. Eclipse you install and then create dynamic web project. You have to connect your project to Git. Did you join DevOps tools? 19th onwards, new batch starting by Nataraj sir. Now in that, sir will teach you GitHub. In a company, your source code is not available in your local system. The source code is available in Git. If you want to connect to Git, first you have to enter username password. The company IT department will give you, IT engineers, IT department will give you username password. Once you enter username password, then you will get access. Sir, how to connect, sir? That's what Nataraj sir will show you. I'm telling you. From STS, you have the tools. Why we call it as IDE? From IDE, you can connect to all different servers. Git you can connect, Tomcat you can connect, database you can connect, different places you can connect. Then this project, right click, and there will be an option called GitHub team. Okay, na? Team, apply patch or share project. Click on share project. It is asking to where you want, where is the repository. You have to create repository. Already if you create, connect the link. If not there, create repository. Where you want to create repository. So local repository as server repository. So there is a process how to create Git link to here. Okay, sir will teach you that. Yeah, I don't want to look at that. Git already coming now. Hello. Here, look at the image. Git. Okay, you want to share, then right click. When you connect it, then whenever this project you are developing user module, your other team member or your same team member developing student module, other team member developing another module. So all these team members are connecting to the same Git repository. Anybody is committing the code, then updates are coming, and here one button will be there. Hello, code updated, you sync your code to last. I have used SVN. When I was working in the company, the Git repository is not Git. Of that time we were use SVN. So SVN terminology is different. Now the Git terminology is different. So now once you join the company, then you create empty project here, and then connect this project. You are connecting to the Git, and then check in, check out. Check in or entire project from the Git you are downloading. Then finally project is created like this. Enter project, what are the files available? Everything will be loaded here. Okay, packages, everything will come. Generally people are now using Maven project, Gradle project, not web project, dynamic web project. So everything will be coming like this. Everything will be coming like this. And then now how to start the project flow? Simple. First you open the browser, project URL will be there na. Home URL, your admin will tell your project main URL. So then go to there. For the main URL, login.jsp. How to understand? Login.jsp. And then login.jsp or login.html, whatever. The site cannot be reached. Why? Server is stopped. Start. I want to understand how this is all happening. Okay, how the project is developed, where to where I have to go. And then now refresh. Because of JSPs, it is taking a lot of time. And now username, Hari. Password, Balaya. Click on login. Login. How this page came? This is the flow you have to understand, right? And then first you are in this page. Right click, view page source, and then where you have to search for form. Form request is sending to whom? When I click on button login. What the button? When I click on login button, now the request is going to the servlet. With what method? Post. Then where I have to go? User account servlet. Where it was there, I don't know. In Eclipse, I have to search package by package. No. Control Shift T. What the shortcut in Eclipse? Control Shift T. Searching for type. Control Shift T. Paste. Paste the form action class. Found. Click on it. Servlet is open. Okay, maximize. Then In the servlet, you have to search for what? Do post. Don't search for unnecessary extra there. Hundreds of lines will be there. Don't search for extra things. Only you see for what is there. It is what method? Post. Go to the do post. Then do post method calling what? Process request. How can you come from there to next? Don't use U search. F3. What the shortcut? F3. You come to the process request. If you want to go to previous, Alt back arrow. Alt back arrow. F3 means go to declaration, definition of the method. Then you are going. You want to come back. To come back, I can use mouse. Hey, no. Alt F3, sorry. Alt back arrow, Alt back arrow, Alt back arrow, Alt back arrow, Alt back arrow. All clicks it will store. Okay. Then now inside, what is happening inside? Inside, first step is what? Session object obtain. Then next, if session is not, this is the first request, session created. After that, from the session, we are getting what? Attribute. Okay, what the attribute? Account DAO. Account DAO attribute we obtain. Then next, getting the button, request button. Okay, button. If the request button, which button we are using? Login. Okay, in HTML page, you found a request button name is what? Login. Then login button, where are you? Login. Either hai. Login button code only you have to see. Login from the request username taken, password taken, account DAO dot login, and then F3. Here onwards, F3. Look at the second class is open. Login. Inside login, what is using? Login prepared statement. Now username, password, execute query, result set. If result set, tell me, when you execute query by using one username and password, you will get multiple rows or single row. Single row. Single row means what? RS dot next. If I am not using while, I am using what? If. Because if result set contain only one row, we will use what? If. If result contain multiple rows, then we use what? Why? RS dot next. RS dot get long of 1. I am taking user ID. Oh, now this login prepare statement, what is the query running? You don't know. Then F3, you come to the variable find search. Login servlet. Control F, down arrow, search. Login prepared statement equal to what the prepared statement? Select a user ID from username, where username equal to given username, password. Okay, what is coming from the database? Only one column. What the column? User ID. How would go back to the previous code? Alt back arrow. Alt back arrow. Back one, left arrow, left arrow. Left arrow you press. Then come here. Now return that one. If RS dot next record is not there with the given username, password, username is not found, then what returning? Return -1. Why haven't written -1 outside of the catch? Why not try? Maybe here exception raised. Yes or no? If exception raised, control come to what? Catch block. From the catch block down, what should I return? So either record not found or exception raised, then I want return what? Default value -1. If record is query is executed successfully, record found, then all I want to return the value. Control back. Now I come here. Then now user ID. What the user ID coming? Either user ID or -1. Two cases are there, success and failure. And then I'm writing, if user ID not equal to -1, who are you now in? Where are you now in? Servlet. Then what servlet has to do? Prepare response. Now business logic completed, request processing logic completed, now response generation. These three lines are what? Request processing logic. And then this if condition is what? Response generation. Writing response generation logic in servlet is good idea, bad idea? Bad idea. So you have to forward this result to JSP. How? Now I am storing this user ID. I got a user ID. I need this user ID for next transactions. For that, I am storing user ID in session object as an attribute with what name? User ID. In the next request, if you want user ID in the server side, then go session.get attribute and then forwarding request to what? Home.js. When I started our project at 0, I don't know anything, nothing there in my brain. No design, nothing. Only I have one design. What is that? HTML, servlet, DAO, and then database to DAO, DAO to servlet, servlet to JSP, JSP to servlet, servlet to report. This is only the architecture I have. Then project progressing, then the names of the JSP pages and the name, what do you call, the code of the JSP page keep on changing. Finally, I settle with one design. Next coming days, I will change the same design. One more time, I'll change, because for the current UI, current user table, the design is okay. But next, when I started adding more modules, the UI is not suitable. I have to again change the UI. Then home.jsp. Next, if user ID is -1, means it's failed. Then in the request.set attribute, why I'm adding attribute to the request scope? Why not to session scope? You want this message for the next object, not required. For the next request, not required. Okay. And the username, whatever the username you passed, already username passed, na? That username I'm setting in the request scope. For what purpose I'm setting request scope? To use in the response. And request dot get request dispatcher of /login.jsp. If given username password is wrong, then go to what? Login.jsp. If a given username password is right, go to home.jsp. This is success page and this is what? Failure page, error page. Understand? Right? One flow, one complete cycle. If you understand, then automatically next flows will come. Then from here, where I should go? Home.jsp. F3 will work or will not work? Will not work. This is not a method call. Now what I should use? Copy. Let's see. Control-Shift-T will work. Control-Shift-T also not working. You have to go to project and search. Client side what? Home.jsp. In home.jsp, what is there? Simple code. Home page, user actions. What I'm printing here? Then why I have used request dot? Okay, that is a login JSP. Okay. User actions. Here, why I have placed this request set attribute of username? Oh, sorry. I'll tell you that. Then home page, I am just displaying the button. Look at there. Go to browser. Login. When login, I want these 4 buttons. Get user details, get all users, update and delete. With what message? User actions. How I develop the home page, observe. User actions. Let me take H1. User actions. The next form. All these buttons are going to, this is the servlet, any button you click. Then I take an input type equal submit, name equal to button, value equal to get user details. This is a button name. Get all users. Okay. Get update, delete. How these colors and all coming? I got this knowledge from you. You taught me this one. This I know, my childhood knowledge. Then now latest knowledge, this is you given knowledge. Now yesterday I was searching how the buttons colors I can provide, because when I remove them, they are looking very awkward. Normal buttons are coming. So some different colors I'm using. Background first cyan, pink, yellow, red. Why red? Danger, na? That's why red color. So now style applied, red color come. Okay. Now go back. I'm giving blah. Click on login. Now I'm getting what? Invalid username or password. But observe now, user text box, I'm getting previous username, na? But password I removed. Why? Because password, what is there? How do I know? And it is visible or not visible? Not visible. If I remove it, he will enter again. Okay. Then how I develop the code? Login page error. Look at that. Now go to user account servlet. Now first this username I want in the login page. Okay, that's why Hari, I want username added to the request. And login.jsp. Go to login.jsp. How I develop? Login.jsp. Now we are getting 2 responses. First request is coming, and the next one is what? I am also including in the response. So first request is coming, First request response and second request response. Two things it should handle. So inside login.jsp, I use scriptlet. Why? Java code I wanted to write. String username equal to request.get attribute of username. Error message equal to request.get attribute of failed. I'm taking username and error message. Why? Here inside inside error condition, how many attributes I placed? Number one, error username I placed. Also what? Error message also I placed. Two messages. Okay, failed and then request dispatched. Then here, how many attributes I'm giving to login page? Two attributes. I'm reading username. What the username? Hari, and error message failed. Why I'm taking failed here? Do you understand now? What is the message mapped to the failed and username attribute? That username attribute, failed attribute name all I have used. Then if username equal to null, when I send first request to the login.jsp, in the request, attribute is there or not there? Not there. When attribute not there, what value will get? Null. And then if null, set what? Empty. Error message is also empty. Now with these values, I should prepare. With these values, I should prepare this page. Right now, I want to prepare this page. First time, without error message, without values I want. Without error message, without I values I want. Next, I want with a error. Next, this is a table. I want a neat look and feel good table I want. First day I didn't use the table, but now later I have added table. Form action equal to, this is a form na? Form action equal to user account post table tr username text field. In the text field value equal to what I have written, expression tag username. First request username empty, nothing printed. First request empty, nothing printed. Okay. Password always empty. Then next, look at here. I want this error message. When I want this error message, in the second request response, if the given value wrong, here I want error message. This is a one row, second row. This is what? Third row. Row. How many columns? One column. So I written what? Call span equal to 2, style equal to color dot red, and then I am placing what? Error message. In this row, in this table data, here table data password, here table data is what? An element. But here I am placing table data error message. First time when request is sent. Now here table, here third row is available or not? Yes. In the third row, data is what? Empty. Because of empty, nothing is displayed. Are you following? When I pass request second time, then given value wrong. That's why table data is available. So it is coming what? It is showing the line. Or else if I can write here error message, space, will spaces consider? Not considered. Okay, now I gave empty, some spaces I added. It's not considered. If you want space in HTML, ampersand NSBS, ampersand NSB semicolon. NS, what are the 4 letters I guess? NSBS, NBSB, SP, NB, SP. And then semicolon there. One more space I want, 2 spaces. Let's see what happened. Right. Now the space gap is coming. But giving space gap initially good or bad? Not like. Okay, that's why I'm giving. Hey, where are you going? Now I'm giving without any space, empty. Now, when I give wrong username and password, login button is moving down, error is pop up, then some attention will get. Okay, I want this kind of page. First, login page. Everyone understand? And also I have added what? Don't have account, hyperlink register.html. And now login page. What I'm giving you now? Balaya. Login. Once I log in, success. Now tell me, login page, success result, home.jsp, home.jsp is coming. Up to now, everyone understand? First flow completed. Okay, you have to write the notes neatly. Then next flow is what? Get user details. And tell me, when I click on this get user details, what happened? First, control will go to servlet. Servlet is getting the session object. From the session object, getting DAO object. Then checking, getting the button request. What is the button request? Button request type is what? Get user details. Going to what? Case. Get user details. Inside the case. Now, what operation it has to execute? Select query, get query, right? Then, now when I click on get user details, I'm getting, this is the user. Hari details, user ID, username, password, email, mobile. And tell me, this is a HTML table, na? HTML table, how many rows? 1 row. How many columns? 4 columns. And this is a header tag. In that header, Hari is what? Username. Is it a static page or dynamic page? Dynamic page. If Hari login, Hari will come. Balaya login, Balaya will come. Rama login, Rama will come. This is a dynamic page from JSP. Okay. Then now how this button request is processed? How did we develop the logic? Let's go and check. Ready for flow of execution? Is it my project or your project? Your project, but I develop. I am your senior. You are just joined Tumri fellow. Okay. Now you have to maintain this project and make this project better than I developed. So it's your responsibility how to see the flow. Again and again I'm telling there is no difference between advanced Java and core Java. Flow is what? Same. Java test, remember? Then first class loaded and then static variable, then static block, then main method. In main method, now switch block option. Which option is chosen? 1. Then case 1. Then case 1, go to the another class, create object. In core Java, whatever the flow you learn, advanced Java also same. But in core Java, everything is core Java. You are not having any extra terminology. But in advanced Java, switch block is there. In switch block output purpose, we are writing just SOPLN. But here JSP I should use. In JSP, I should use scope objects for sharing the data. And I have to use expression tag. And I have to use a scriptlet tag. So where to use expression tag, where to use scriptlet tag, where to use TD tag, where to use TR tag. That practice is required. That's it. Now tell me now. What is right now here? Go to here where you are going now. Login page, get user details. Sorry. First again starting from where? Process request. In process request, session object, then DAO object, then button, switch button. Which button? Get user details. Go down case, get a user details match. If you want to get a user details, I have to run select star from all data as one. Select star from user underscore account where user ID equal to given user ID. Where is the user ID available? Session object. In the login, when you log in, already user ID you store it in the session now. Then look at that. Session dot get attribute of user ID. Taken user ID from session, typecast to long, stored. Then I am getting the account by passing what? User ID. I am getting the account by passing user ID. Okay. Then get account of user ID. Go to DAO. Once the case required values are ready, then I have to call what? DAO. In core Java, once the required deposit value collected, you are calling what? Account dot deposit, account dot withdraw, account dot current balance. Here DAO dot get account. Now user ID coming. Then if you want to get account, what is the return type? Results are result set or bean object? Bean object. So first I created empty bean, empty pojo. First I created empty pojo, then result set variable. Everyone look at here, new points are coming. Bolo everyone, this is our table. JDBC, go back to JDBC, recollect JDBC once again. This is our table. Recollect JDBC, you already learned. Now this is your Java program. Java program, select query you executed on. Select query returns what? Result set. Select query executed. Remember a buffer table is there. In buffer table, complete table reached, complete table taken only user ID. What the user ID? 1234 HK Balaya, that is Java Hare Krishna and 90. This data is coming. Then from our program, result set is pointing to this results query. Remember JDBC? JDBC abracadabra. Now I want to retrieve these results. For that, what I have to call? RS dot get a long of 1. RS dot get a string of 2. RS dot get a string of 3. RS dot get a long of again string of 4. And next RS dot get a long of 5. Now tell me, these 5 columns in JDBC we printed on console. In project, you want to print, you want to return. For return purpose, already you created your user account Pojo object now. User account object with 5 variables memory available. Then I have to store this value here. Get the from the result set stored in the user account object, user ID. Then next username, and next password, and next email, and next mobile. Okay, that's what the code I have written. Okay, I'm taking user ID instead of taking user ID from the database. This parameter user ID only I'm assigning, because user ID same. Just I want to decrease the transaction from Java program to table. And the next results are get string of 2, get string of 3, get string of 4, get string of 5. Understand? Did you develop this kind of code in Core Java? Hey, you developed reading runtime values chapter. Read the use student data from the keyboard. rs.next, scn.next, scn.next in username reading and storing in student of student number reading storing student object, scn dot next line reading student name and storing student object dot set a మొత్తం మర్చిపోయారు. కోర్ జావా గాన్, అడ్వాన్స్ జావా గాన్, ఒరాకిల్ గాన్, HTML గాన్, then latest Spring Boot microservice also gone. Sir, no problem. At least this project you practice. Automatically everything will be revised. Now tell me, read all the data, store in the account object. Okay, call getter methods from result set and call setter methods from the account object. After collecting all values, what should I do? I should return account out of this method to call. If at all any problem occurred, understood? While executing select query, any exception raised here, or select query executed successfully but results are not found, then control will go to what? After catch block. After catch block I am returning null. Before returning null, the result set object created to the database must be closed or not? Closing result set object is optional or mandatory? Mandatory. Compulsory you have to execute result set closing logic. Whatever happen inside the try block, we must close result set object. For that, finally block. After try catch, if you want to execute some logic compulsory, what you have to write? Finally. In the try block, we create the object and we use the object. In catch block, we catch exception. In finally, we will write the connection closing logic, rs.close. If rs not equal to null, because already have SN null now. If at all any exception raised here, rs value is what? Null. And if we call rs.close, we'll get null pointer exception. If rs not equal to null, rs.close. If while calling rs.close any exception rise, catch block. Then result set object is created. We retrieve the values from result set object, stored in the account object, account return. If any problem occurred, finally block result set is closed. And then now return null. Now from here, control is coming back to what? Servlet. Tell me, from the get account method, what is the value coming? Either account object or null. Okay, here I am removing it for testing purpose. I have written. Then now if account not equal to null means, is it successful or failed? If account not equal to null, is it successful or failed? Success. Account not equal to null, success means account is found or not. Then store account object in request attribute and dispatch the account to account display.js. You want to display these details now? If account value coming null, null means what? Account is not found or exception is raised. Then where do you go? Else block. Error, account is not found with the given user details. Then control go to error page. In error.jsp, now first error.jsp, what I have written? Include the home page. Whatever error coming, that error I am displaying in red color. And single line I have written. Include the JSP home page. Homepage.jsp means I want always this page, user action, these 4 buttons I want. Okay, then at the beginning JSP colon include page, then down h3 style equal to color red, request dot get attribute of error. Here what I did, I included attribute name as what? Error, account is not found with the given user ID, and then error.jsp. Control once come to the error.jsp, it is included, and then request.get attribute of error. What the error message coming? Account details are not found. That message is printed. If at all not available. But I am making sure user is available, right? When user data is available, then tell me where it is going? Account display.jsp. Go and search account display.jsp, account display.jsp. In account display.jsp, what logic I have to write? First, I have to get the account object. Now I am taking what? Account object. From where? Request. From the request, I am getting the account object as attribute. Then, if account not equal to null, maybe I'll get null here. There is a chance I may get null here. So, if account not equal to null, then I am displaying account dot get username. Look at there. Get username means are you displaying na expression tag h1 expression tag account dot get username. You should have the view what I want to display to the user. How can I get that information? I want to get a username. Where is the username available? In user account object. Get account dot get username details. Then I want to display user details as what? Table. Then I am using table border equal to 2. Okay, then tr. First I have to display these column names now. These column names are fixed. So first row column names I made it fixed. Then next one is what? This is a column second row. Second row means what? Tr. First table column, get user ID, get username, get password, get email, and get a mobile. So first in DAO, what I did? In DAO, what I did? In DAO, what I did? JSP, what I did? In DAO, I executed a query, collect the result set. From the result set, I have fetched the result and stored inside account object, return the account. That account object come to the servlet. Then servlet has to forward that account object to JSP. How it can provide? By using set attribute. Set attribute, attribute set with the name what? Account. Then control come to JSP. Listen, I did several times one mistake. Every time I have created request dispatcher, I forgot to forward. Okay, many times I send the request, browser not displaying that home page. What happened? Why? Correctly given, correctly given. After 5 minutes, oh, I forgot to forward. These are all the beginner mistakes. Okay, sometimes you commit mistake. Forward. Then control come to the forward here and here. Then what I want? First I retrieve the account object and then display this message and then display the table. Get the data from the account object, give to the expression tag. Understand? Now tell me. I want to teach me this button. Can you help me? Get all users and where condition or without where condition? Without where condition. Without where condition, one record coming up, multiple records. Multiple records and a result set object contain multiple records means I have to retrieve all the records by using if condition or while condition. Inside while condition, one user account object I have to create for each row separate user account object. One row, one account object. Second row, second account object. Third row, third account. Fourth row, fourth account. 10 rows are there, 10 account objects. Then all these 10 account objects has to taken back to the JSP. Na? That means inside get all user accounts, I must use only user account object, array list of user account object. People who return screening test exam, this question was there. Remember, retrieve the data from database, convert to collection, convert to stream, display it on console. Okay, now listen, I will teach you this one. Click on get all users. All user details are coming. How all user details are coming? Let's proceed. Then what is the request button, request value, get all users. Where it will go? Servlet. Go to servlet. Where are you? Servlet. Inside servlet, again start from what? Do post, process request, session object I retrieved, account object retrieved, and then button also retrieved. What the button? Get all users. Switch off get all users. No. Get all users matched. Then go inside. Here, should I take any value from the request? No. I should return all. Then DAO dot, what method I call? Get all accounts, F3. Get all accounts, F3. Then what I created first? Array list object. Why I created array list object? Because I want to collect all the rows na, and return that array list. Now get array list object following by Java 7 new feature, try with resource. Previously, result set object you want 100% close or not? There is a chance this finally block may you forgot to write. Then result set object closed or not closed? Not closed. And next, this finally block code is same for all developers. When it is same for all developers, Java 7 onwards, they said, don't create result set object in the try block. You create inside what? Try parenthesis. What is this concept? Java 7 try with resource. Try with resource. If I use Java 7 try with resource, I no need to write finally block for closing the connect statement and result set connections. They are automatically closed. Then tell me, here prepared statement required or just a statement sufficient? Statement sufficient, because you want to execute dynamic SQL query or static SQL query? Static SQL query. Static SQL query you want to execute. Statement STMT equal to con dot create statement. No sir, I want to use prepared statement. Okay, use. My target is what? In this project, every concept you have used, I wanted to. Every concept you learn, I want to use. Whatever you learn from in our JDBC, Servlet, JSP, every topic I want to use in this project. That's why I planned accordingly. Statement STMT equal to create statement and then execute query. Which query? Select star from user account. Where? Order by user ID. When this query is executed on the SQL plus, this row coming or not? All the 16 rows. All the 16 rows as it is, I want to display on the browser like this. This is our SQL plus. This is our browser. Okay, on the browser I want to display. Then tell me further what code I have to write? Execute query. Then while rs dot next. Tell me now for first row. I created for first row data to store. I created user account. Tell me currently it has data now only fields, sir. Chapali, please. Fields. Then reading 5 columns and storing the account object. Then previously get account method, after reading the first row, storing the account object, what I did, I written the account. Now you want a written account or you want to store in the array list? You want one account written or multiple accounts? Multiple accounts. In place of written, what I did, store in the collection. Store in the collection. And then loop iterated. Second row, second object, values are stored in the second object stored in the array list. Next loop iterated, third row, third account object, third values are stored and stored in the array list object. Again loop iterated, 16th row, assume last row. 16 times I cannot teach, right? 16th row, 16 account object, then 16 row values are stored in the 16th account object, 16th account object stored in the array list. Loop iterated, rs.next. 17th row is there or not there? Not there. Then going out of the while loop and return account list. Okay, now? If there are no rows, if there are no rows, table is empty. You have to think, every statement you are writing, you have to think, table is empty. Result set is empty. rs.next, no records. No records in rs.next. When there are no records in rs.next, while loop is not executed. What is returning? Empty collection. Okay. So servlet should have two conditions, or JSP has two conditions. The response generation logic, request processing logic completed. Request processing logic completed. Now the response generation logic should have two conditions. If at all any exception raised, catch block catching and returns what? Null. If no exception, either now what is returning? Either with the user accounts or with what? Empty. Now if no records available in the table, what should return? What should print on the table? No users are not found. So how many conditions I should write? Two. If account list equal to null or account list is empty, I should display what message? No users found on the database. Okay, so that is the message you have to take care. Then now after this method execution completed with array list, we are coming backward servlet. So now this method returns array list. Now here account list not equal to null and account list not empty, then success. Yes or no? Then now what is the attribute name I'm taking? Accounts list, accounts list. Generally attribute name we will use what? Same as variable. Accounts list, accounts list, accounts list. Okay. Then set attributes of account list, account list. Then now dispatching to the account display.jsp. Hello, did you notice? Account display.jsp I am using for single account to display, also multiple accounts to display. That means it should have one condition or two conditions, sir. Two response generation logic should be there. That's why in account display.jsp I have written condition on account and condition on what? Accounts list. Accounts list not, first retrieve the accounts list object. Both objects I am retrieving. First I am retrieving what? Account. If account not equal to null, then account logic you process. If account list not equal to null, then account list. All user details. Look at that. All user details message printed or not. Then next down. Table column. Table column names how many times should print? One time. But tell me, table rows should print one time or many times, sir? Ante rows tr. This is column tr. According to table, this is a column tr. But this is column tr or rows tr? Rows tr. Observe, very important. Here this is very important. You have to write what? Tr. Inside tr what is there? Td and again what? Td and again what? Td, again what? Td and again what? Td, again 5 TDs and then following by tr. Everyone help me. Now this rows, how many rows has to display? In case of user account, one row. But in case of get all users, one row, many rows are there. Then many rows are there means this logic should execute one time in the loop. In the loop. After obtaining accounts list pointing toward accounts list collection. then retrieve the first object, set the values of the first object. Loop iterated. Then move to the cursor to the next location. Retrieve the second object, set second object values. Loop iterated. Okay. Then move the cursor to the next object. Retrieve the third object. Set the values of the third object. If you want to set values dynamically here, tell me what I have to use. Expression tag. Mod equal to account dot get user ID, and then account dot get user ID by TD like that. Expression tag. Account first time pointing to first object. Loop iterated. Same account pointing to second object. Loop iterated. Third time third object. Loop iterated. Fourth time fourth object. So tell me, this response page is generated dynamically or statically? Dynamically. Look, all users, table, first TD. Observe, TR with first row, TR with second row, TR with third row, TR with fourth row, fifth row, sixth row, seventh row, eighth row, ninth row, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 rows created. 16 times I have written TR. One time inside the loop. Okay. Observe what I have written. For loop. For loop start. For loop end. Adhyaksha, if you want to write for loop, I should use expression tag, script letter. Script letter I have to use. You have to use script letter and expression tag usage. Finger should be move very fast. If you learn JSTL, because JSTL that much heavy, if I write, you will cry like anything. If you run JSTL is having JSTL colon for loop. You no need to write for loop like this. JSTL for loop is different flow is there. There also you can use. Okay, that much heavily not required. That's why I simplify. This is for loop Java code, close Java code, and then between what? HTML code, and then between TD what? Java code expression tag. For loop. Sir, why did you use for loop? Why you didn't use? Why did you use for loop? Why you didn't use stream? When I'm using stream, there is a rule. Inside stream, I have to use lambda expression. When I'm using lambda expression, this tag is what? Out implicit object, na? Expression tag is a out.println. Out variable implicitly not declared as a final. Understood? If you want to use lambda expression, inside lambda expression, if you want to access any local variable, it should be final. That is a rule. When I'm trying to use lambda expression, it's keep on throwing error. Out is not a final. Problem number 1. Problem number 2. Out is a print stream object or JSP writer object? JSP writer. Out.println is throwing IO exception. I must handle IO exception. For using stream API here, I faced 2 problems. Problem number 1, I should catch IO exception locally in the lambda expression. Second problem I have faced, out variable is an implicit object, out is not a final variable, and it is not allowing me to use out variable expression tag here. So because 2 problems are there, I couldn't use stream API Java 8 version. Hence I went to the Java 5 version stream API, for each loop. Okay, with for each loop, I have developed this code. Understood? Got clarity? Now, if you practice each button flow, like how I explained, first flow, second flow, third flow, then write down this code in your notes. First flow write, second flow write, third flow write. Complete code what I have written, write. In your free time. Okay, if you have free time, try to spend the time. No, sir, I am busy, sir. I am attending Spring Boot, other courses. Okay. Sundays you try. Sundays you try. Sundays you try to learn. Okay. I am uploading this entire project to our Google Classroom. I will develop this remove functionality also. What the remove functionality? Tell me. When I click on delete, control is coming to servlet. Here I should add what? One more case delete. Then what method should call from user DAO? Delete method. Already delete method ready. Inside delete method, what logic I have to write? Delete query. Record deleted. Control come to user servlet. Inside user servlet, I should write if else. If success, else fail. Then I have to develop JSP. Success and fail only. Error. Error JSP printing. And next success JSP, where are you? Success JSP. Here in success JSP, I have created if message dot to lowercase content deleted, then I am printing home page and display message record deleted successfully. So simple one flow coming back with the 2 error message. This architecture remember, but only thing is how I manage the code. Architecture is easy, but writing code, especially JSP scriptlet code and Java code, expression code, tags writing is little difficult. So if you practice these JSPs, then everything is easy. Can hope all the people start practicing. Paka. So we completed our syllabus, JDBC and servlet and JSP. I told you advanced Java original course is 5 months course. But 5 months course to learn is really 100% time waste. I covered bridge course. Bridge course means how much JDBC knowledge required to start Spring JDBC, how much servlet JSP knowledge for start Spring JDBC and REST API, and a Spring to understand how much knowledge required, that much I explained. Are you following my point? With this knowledge, you will not face any difficulties to understand Spring Boot microservices. HTTP protocol I explained, and the next request response message formats I explained, right? Everything. When Sari is saying tomorrow onwards we are start learning Spring JDBC, then revise connection statements, prepared statement, and a callable statement small program I'll upload. You can go through once. Callable statement, result set metadata, that 5-6 objects based programs, revise and go. Okay, now then when Sari is explaining something about JDBC, your mind will easily connect. And how JDBC, advanced Java JDBC code converted to Spring JDBC code, you can easily understand. Next, now Sir will tell, tomorrow onwards we have started understanding Spring MVC, servlet is a prerequisite. Auna, aite okay. Servlet, HTTP protocol, request response messages, and the next servlet response, servlet interface, generic servlet, HTTP servlet, next servlet request, HTTP servlet request, servlet response, HTTP servlet response, HTTP session, scope object, set attribute, get attribute. Listeners, okay na, right? You have to learn these points. And filters are pending. Filters are 100% not required, but still if you want, okay, I will upload the programs in the coming classes, program by program with the detailed notes, and just import the project, run it, you will get an idea. Filters not required. Filters is little difficult. There is a filter design pattern is there. Lot of things are I have to explain. That's why I was holding that. Next. So JSP. In JSP, just you need to understand JSP lifecycle flow and then scriptlet tag and expression tag. Declaration tag not required. Scriptlet tag and expression tag you have to practice. Okay, na? So in the process of Spring Boot microservices attending classes, at any time you face any difficulty, not understand something, you can ping me also. You can ask directly Nataraja sir, sir will explain nicely. If you find any difficulty, you can also ping me. I will also help you to understand. Clear my point? Don't make advanced Java as a prerequisite to understand Spring Boot microservices. Advanced Java is just a bridge course to go from this core Java to that side edge Spring Boot microservices. Core Java is only the prerequisite to understand Spring Boot microservices. The complete sufficient knowledge I provided. So tomorrow onwards, 4 to 6, what we do? Continue sleeping. Okay, practice this project or practice Spring Boot microservices. Spring Boot microservices, again I'm saying, whatever sir has explained, the day notes, you compulsory by heart and compulsory type the program in the system, compulsory the flow execution, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, you have to remember. In advanced Java, now I am explaining this project, I can see your faces, all are looking, Auna, Aisana, Waha goinga, Yaha goinga, something you are looking. What next your mind is not telling, right? Why? Because lack of practice of the flow of execution. In Spring, if you also not practice flow of execution, In the middle of the course, you start feeling, why I joined Java? Spring is such a easy framework. If you don't practice daily, such a horrible framework it is. Okay, na? Promise on you? Will you practice daily? Not on me, you. Okay. Next, every day I will remind you on advance of a Google Classroom. Did you practice Spring Boot microservices? Any questions? Okay. Daily you have to practice and come to the next class. Okay. Tomorrow onwards, no advance Java complete. And daily, weekly on advance Java, Sundays, advance Java entry, JDBC entry questions. Okay. Next, this project enhancements, I will keep posting. If you're interested, just go through once. And same points, try to change according to your Spring Boot framework, apply there. Clear? And also try to use the tools. Try to use tools. In this project, we have used system.out.println somewhere, right? In place of that, use the tools. And next, Git also try to use. Post this code in the Git and again create two Eclipse. One Eclipse, one module. Second Eclipse is what? Another module. Both merge. So whatever you are learning daily, practice like a developer. Development environment you try to create from now onwards. Okay, na? Will you work out? Next coming 3 months is crucial in your life. Next coming 3 months, if you work hard, 100% you leave Amirpet with a full stack Java developer knowledge, confidently, with 3+ years of experience. Not just as a fresher, okay? Practice, all the best. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to teach you advanced Java. Okay? Thank you. All the best. Enjoy Spring Framework. That's all for today. That's all our batch. That's all. Go. Next students are waiting outside. Yeah. Remember I explained you core Java and advanced Java flow of execution steps. What you learn in core Java, what you are doing in advanced Java, right? That also I will share. That file I'll share. Just go through that. That is the last day I want to share. I'm going to share it. Thank you. Sai, this is advanced Java class. Advanced Java class, only advanced Java questions. Prashant, please share, please send me message on WhatsApp.